their guests. The views and opinions expressed therein do not necessarily reflect those of NewsWeb Radio or its management.
Joan Esposito, live, local, and progressive on WCPT Willow Springs is powered by ComEd. Lower your energy bills and reduce your carbon footprint with the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. All benefits are subject to policy definitions, limitations, and exclusions. For details, visit qualityoiflifeinsurance.com.
How do you describe quality of life? For most of us, it's about health, people we love, and peace of mind. Quality of life insurance is modern, affordable life insurance that works harder for you. It's there for your family if you die, but it can also provide benefits if you suffer a serious illness or injury and need financial help to maintain your lifestyle. Quality of life insurance even gives you options to build cash value for a more secure retirement. You've worked hard to attain your quality of life. We work hard to help you protect it.
To find out more, contact the Polaris Insurance Agency. Visit polarisadvice.com or call 312-951-2606 to learn about how we can help you make a plan for your future. That's 312.
Hey, Family Meeting cousins. As you know, we've created a Patreon Family Meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the Family Meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, thefamilymeeting.com, and click on the link.
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris has introduced a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA, and SIPC Investment Advisor Services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
Hi, my name is Karen Baker. I'm a practical nurse at Northwestern, and I listen to the Family Meeting.
This is attorney Darnell Lyles, and every Sunday I listen to the Family Meeting.
Welcome to the worldwide headquarters of the Family Meeting. It's Family Meeting time, y'all. I'm your boy E. Grab your phones, find us on social media, like, subscribe, and follow us. You know how that works. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Kinda TikTok. TikTok's actually kind of groovy, man. You look at TikTok. You look at TikTok before, man?
I do. There's some cool stuff on there.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Funny.
Little vignettes in there.
Yeah.
But also be sure to visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com. You'll find the archive broadcasts there, our music playlists, and the live video of this broadcast going on right there, right now. tfmradioshow.com. And the Space Shuttle cockpit controlling everything is our white slave. That would be Devin, Kung Fu himself. You whoop anybody's behind lately, Devin? You beat anybody up, man?
You got him lined up, man.
Chopped somebody?
You gave him warnings.
You didn't do that, man? Okay. Trust us on the Lamb today. It's first Sunday. Church. Gotta have that in, man. Yeah. That voice you hear is the black Asian dude, Richard Chu himself.
What's up, E?
Hey, man, you can become a patron of our broadcast. You can for as little as $5 a month. Just click the Become a Patron button on the aforementioned webpage. That's tfmradioshow.com. What's TFM stand for again?
I heard it was the Family
Meeting. That's right. You're smart. The smartest black Asian dude on earth, man. The tfmradioshow.com is the website. The Family Meeting is sponsored by Identity Guard. Take the time to protect your ID for as little as $6 per month. $6 per month. That's 600 pennies. How many quarters is that?
Stop doing that, man.
I know. It comes to mind. 4 times 6, 24 quarters. Right. Do that. Okay. Visit lookaftermyid.com to learn more. Lookaftermyid.com. And the last thing you need to know is the phone number. That would be 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. Let me introduce you to my big brother, y'all.
Go.
Y'all know who he is because he's been here before.
Absolutely.
See, I realized I wasn't here for that show.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, you've been here a couple of times, though, haven't you?
Yep, that's right. I mean, I was kind of, when you kind of started it up, I was around.
Yeah.
So
he is a confirmed scrub. I lovingly refer to him as Skrabowski. Kevin Skrabowski.
That's actually funny.
Yeah, because he's scrubbalicious. You understand that?
Oh, gee. He went down the road.
We got a whole scrub thing going on.
We're going to start calling him the Scrubmeister.
For many years, I done whooped on him in basketball.
That's what he keeps saying out loud.
You give him that head fake and have him jump through the sky.
Man.
Oh, and they didn't even close. I just bully ball.
Yeah.
Bully ball.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah. That elbow.
That's why he got a bionic hip now. That's why he got a bionic hip trying to keep up with me, man. Walking around like Fred Sanford, man.
Well.
That's all right.
Man, see.
This is Kevin Pitts, y'all. What's your position now? You're down in Louisiana now. Last time we saw you, you were in what? You were in North Carolina working for Duke, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, you remember. That's right. Yeah, I'm down in Louisiana, in rural Louisiana, Homer, Louisiana, and I work in Thibodaux.
Brooklyn.
That's
right.
Kid
from Brooklyn, in Homer,
Louisiana.
Wow.
And let me tell you,
out?
I've been called Sir and Mr. Kev more than in 1 year, more than the rest of my life, because they're so polite. I do know how they think. Some of them think. I won't say all, but some of them think. But it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. And going out in January in my shorts.
Yeah, I know.
Can you imagine?
Why you got to do that to us, man?
Can you imagine?
But Kev, let me throw this one at you on the polite sort of Southern hospitality thing, because we all experience our versions of it, given lineage. I've come to assess, and I could be wrong as two left shoes, but I look at that. Hey, Mr. Kevin. Hey, Mr. Richard. Hey, Mr. Eric. When it's not coming from somebody black, I look at it as almost a reaction rather than giving us actual respect. In other words, I
think it's custom.
It's conditioning.
It's custom.
But the custom doesn't necessarily denote respect.
Well, I mean, even back in Jim Crow, when you had black people in the South, they called you Mr. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. But I haven't just bought in and said that's respect.
Yeah, you got to earn that, I think, in many cases. They got to know me, right? They don't know me.
They got to know you?
No, they have to know me to earn respect, right?
Okay, but they don't know you right now.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Some do, some don't.
Because if they knew you.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just saying.
Here we go.
You backed into that one, man.
I'm just saying.
Wait. The neon signs are like.
I got it.
Even I got that, and I'm self-proclaimed slow on that stuff.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Man, the South is an interesting place. I mean, some of the richest stupidity in the world comes out of the South.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah. I mean, can you find like bacon-flavored, bacon-scented deodorant down there or something like that?
No.
You don't have that down there? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
But I've heard that they've got bacon-flavored watermelon.
Okay. That'll work.
I mean, think about that for a second.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Bacon-flavored watermelon.
You ain't looking hard enough, things. I bet you it's down
They've
there.
got Walmart, Target, and the stuff we have up here, just not in as many of them. It's not a density. So they have one Walmart, one Target.
I don't live down there. That's why.
They drive everybody to the same spot, controlling that way.
Like somebody
control.
It's like somebody didn't like you or something. That's how you ended up.
Louisiana's about freedom. Generally speaking.
I tease hard on the
freedom
South
of what?
Because
themselves.
Because my
freedom
family,
to do what?
Do whatever they want. It's about liberty.
That's real. Your pronouns are killing me, man. But go ahead.
I'm just telling you, man, what I hear.
I don't know what does that mean. They're about freedom.
No, they're about individual. Let me put it: less government running their lives. How about that?
Okay, that's a little more specific. Okay.
Yeah, that's a little bit more specific.
I'm sorry, man.
No, I'm not going to disagree with that, because I understand the genesis of that thinking until it's not. So.
Well, it's got to be for somebody who came up in Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn?
Bed-Stuy.
Oh, come on, man.
Do or die.
He come from Bed-Stuy.
Stewie.
And for y'all don't know about Bed-Stuy, tell them about Bed-Stuy. Tell them what they should know about Bed-Stuy.
Bed-Stuy is a spot, y'all.
Yeah, well, right now it's gentrifying, and I think it's called Stuyvesant Heights.
Okay.
But Grandma left me a brownstone, and I'm happy. And we just closed on it, and so I'm all good, Grandma. I love you. Love it. Mwah.
Bed-Stuy is a lot different than where you are.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
I mean, there's a lot of density. There's a lot of people. I mean,
it's not just density now.
No, yes, it is at one level.
Come on, man.
I've come to understand it that way. You know, I go to the doctor. I was telling you, like, I call up my doctor. Now, when y'all call your doctor, I need an appointment. You'll get one in January, February. I call my doctor in Houma, Louisiana. He goes, Kevin, are you free at 3 today? And I'm like, yes, I am.
That's the conversation of a person, of a man of a certain age.
I love it.
Because I can get in to see my doctor, but that's not.
That's a wonderful thing.
I'm just, I'm not thinking about that. I'm willing to wait to not have to live there.
So my nerdy question is, because I mean, we all have our history and current connection to the South. We just do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Eric.
I really don't have much connection to the South.
That's a lie. But anyhow,
I don't. I didn't go down there in the summer. I didn't do none of that.
I didn't say it was. I didn't measure it like you got on a scale.
Yeah.
I just said our connection to.
Yeah. Okay. I got disdain for the South. Go ahead.
I do too.
Okay.
I'm just saying
I don't anymore.
But we have a connection, and I don't for the entire South, but big pockets of it I do.
Okay.
But the question I was going to ask you is, what took you to where you are now?
Somebody hated him.
No. I got a project to help build a small business incubator.
Okay.
Right on the Nicholls State campus, right, which is wonderful. Because it has a bit of a minority twist, inclusiveness, and we want to just grow small businesses so they stay in rural Louisiana in 3 parishes: St. Mary, Thibodaux, and Terrebonne parishes,
right? And
continue to be contributing businesses and paying taxes and everything to the community. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. How long will you be there developing and making this
work?
They
should be firing him soon.
Is this a...
They're going to figure him out pretty soon. They're going to fire his ass.
I mean, did you parachute in to create and fix, and then you're going to extricate, or are you...
It just all depends.
Okay.
It just all depends, but... I laugh when you say that they're going to fire me soon. But anyway, we've got some federal money.
Okay.
I might fire myself. Dealing with federal dollars, I don't know if any of you out there have ever had this. I mean, I got to account for my time like almost every hour on the hour.
Yeah.
All kind of paperwork with federal dollars. We got some money from OCD, Office of Community Development, and I'm not, that's typically not my approach to work and life, that detailed stuff. But I'm doing what I can.
Yeah.
You can go back and finish your PhD, man.
I might do that, in my spare time. Absolutely.
Do it
online. He got like right there and just didn't finish his writing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But why do you always bring that up?
Because
you always look for the hole in the donut. You know what I'm saying?
The hole might be the good part.
No.
That's how you can see people if you look through the hole.
No. I got another story for you. At the appropriate time, we're going to stop looking at the hole in the donut.
Fair enough.
There we go.
But at the appropriate time, you need to finish that writing for your PhD.
Come on, man.
Well, you might.
Because I would enjoy not calling you Dr. Kevin Pitts. I would enjoy that.
Okay, with that, okay, I like that.
Well, you could knock it out while you're down there.
No, I'm a little bit busy for that. But we'll see. And then, because it's been a while, I have to start over, maybe take a couple of stat classes and then start writing.
Got it.
But understood. I understand your motive.
To get at it, man.
Hopefully we'll get to my
I thought you was going to be a doctor
story.
one day so I can tell you ain't a doctor for real.
Oh, God. See, so then if that's...
He's an almost doctor now.
Right. So once you get the 3 letters, he's going to be saying to you, yeah, man, but you ain't a real doctor. And you'd be like, wait a minute, hold up. On December 5th, 2021... you were at the front of the line telling me I need to go back and get the PhD.
And now I got it.
You know he's going to be there.
And he'll still be calling me Scrubbola.
So yes, he will. Yes, Scrubbola too, right, yeah. Scrubowski.
Yes, he will.
Scrub Johnson.
And Scrubmeister.
Scrubberhead Johnson.
See.
So look, man, for some reason, I shouldn't say for some reason, don't we feel like we're sitting in a slow cooker right now? Politically, I mean. There's a bunch of stuff going on, and nobody seems to be doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Starting with, y'all's inability to vote for Hillary Clinton, right? So you let that imbecile in the office. Now you got these Supreme Court justices who are going to kill Roe v. Wade. That's done. We know that's done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got all these...
Gut it or kill it. One of those.
Gut it or kill it, right.
Well, if you gut certain things, if you gut it, they're dead.
Tomato. Same difference, right? You got these states who've got these trigger laws now. So if Roe v. Wade is gutted, then that law kicks in, and now nobody in those states. I think it's 20-something states, right? You've got
And interestingly enough, those same states almost parallel the 19 states that have passed laws that give the state legislatures the ability to overturn future elections.
Which is my next point.
Sorry.
And you've got secretaries of state not running for office again. Previously, they were characterized as heroes. Now they're not so heroic because they don't like, the aggressive nature of people who are coming at them. So I'm not going to run for office because it's just distasteful now. Previously, they were heroes, though, right?
And somebody's saying to them, and listen, play, come on over here. We're going to write you a big check because we want all that information you have.
Yep.
Right.
Keep going,
so you got that. You got people resigning from school boards.
Same reason.
For the same reason. The previously heroic, quote-unquote heroic people. I can't do this. It's too dangerous. So it feels like the white mob is beginning to move the country to the point where it isn't prepared to defend itself against attacks against the basic institutions.
It's going to be like that
and
movie.
It's a slow burn. You can watch it happening. And you got the Democrats who are in charge now, spending more time trying to figure out what happened and not preparing for what's getting ready to happen.
Or make things happen.
So it feels like it's just a slow burn. It's a slow cooker.
They got the slow cooker down on low. You can turn it up a little bit, and they're modulating the volume at which the heat's going to come out.
And then it doesn't feel like they're doing anything about it.
Yeah, I got a different perspective. I mean, not a
you
different
live in the
perspective.
South now,
Come
man.
on, no. What it is, when you have 2 years, because basically a presidency is its first 2 years, and assuming he gets past his other thing and then focuses on the voting rights, and then I think they've got a woman protection body kind of thing.
Yeah.
Get those two done. It's good. I'm cool. That and the make better I don't like the language.
Build back better.
Yeah. Get that and voting rights and the woman protection thing. I'm good. Good for the next 5, 10, 7, 8 years. I'm good.
Well, if they get it done, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have an opinion one way or the other because I've seen them pull rabbits out of a hat with these things. But it just feels like they're spending more time, gnashing their teeth and wringing their hands and clutching their pearls. Oh, this is outrageous. But not really doing something about it.
That infrastructure, I don't know if I'm going to be the naysayer for the next year, but that infrastructure bill is a big deal.
Yeah,
it's big.
Right? And then the Build Back Better would be even a bigger deal for many minorities and lower income folks because of the child care protections and all that kind of stuff. And would be somewhat of a bigger deal. And they would actually be doing what they said they want to do, was deal with the family person. And guess what radio station we're talking on now? Family Meeting.
Well, one of the things I'm done doing the next thing unless it's for a specific thing. And that is, I'm done dogging Democrats for what they don't get done because we already know what they haven't gotten done given certain opportunities. So it's kind of like relitigating. Eric's comment was right on point. There were a lot of people who said that I would rather drink, arsenic than vote for Hillary Clinton. Those are the same people who are being and moaning right now about what's going to happen to Roe v. Wade and other things in this moment. And I'm sitting here going, you sat back 5 years ago and said, I can't vote for her because of all these things. When she told you that there were lions out in the yard, you said, well, but I'm going to go out and play anyhow. So now
with a meat necklace.
Right, with the meat necklace and some hot sauce. I don't have any truck with that right now because it's like, wait a minute. We told you, a whole bunch of people said this was going to happen. You didn't pay attention. So I can't. So in this moment where it can be easy to target Democratic leaders, I'm targeting constituencies with my message and my voice to people. It's like, listen, get out of my face because I heard you say I would rather drink arsenic than vote for Hillary Clinton. And now you're complaining because the Dems didn't get it done fast enough, the way you wanted it, blah, blah, blah. As much as Eric says often, we've got some distasteful politicians, certainly on the right and to a small measure on the left. I'm not going to dog those on the left anymore. I'm going to dog the voters who sat on their behinds and still sit on their behinds and still yell from the rafters rather than getting in the damn game and playing. Because that's, to your point about the bills are going to help those people. Mm-hmm. Eric says this, we talk about this all the time. He came up with our permanent interest. I'm fighting for permanent interest, forgetting about what team it is necessarily or what gang it is necessarily. But I'm coming after you as a citizen. If you were going to sit back and complain and not do anything, I might punch you in the mouth. Because that is, at the end of the day, that's why we're where we are right now.
But it feels like there's chinks. It's like a game of Jenga with the different people at the state level who are beginning to resign or not run again.
You think that they're wimping out or that they got another agenda?
Well, I mean, why they're doing it's different, but the fact that they won't be there and there's a risk they may get backfilled with people who are fairly radical.
You're being kind.
Well, I mean, however you characterize them, it just feels like, you know, the people that we characterize as heroes who stood up against the things that were going wrong.
Yeah.
They're saying, nah, it's too much for me and I got to get out of here. So if you got heroes backing away, what's left?
Yeah. And that's the danger of
and you got people who don't want to run for office because it's distasteful.
It's so nasty.
The endeavor is so distasteful. No, you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't see that on the Democratic side. Right? I see it on the other side, and if that's their choice, that's their choice. And if the pendulum swings too far any direction, we have a history of saying no. We'll bring it back a little bit.
Do we?
So yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, we got a history of that.
Well, but here's where the pendulum
It seems like when the pendulum swings too far to the left, we bring it back.
If it swings too far to the right, we bring it back. We'll bring it back. Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely. Because, I mean, 80 million voters. That was bringing it back, fellas. I don't know what y'all been saying because I don't listen every week. That's 80 million. I didn't even know we had 80 million like that. And then he found, and the ex-president, 74.
Yeah.
74, but we found 80. So that's bringing it back a little bit.
That's a lot of people. 74 is a lot, though.
I got you. Listen.
But you know what the conversation is on that?
To see the imbecilic behavior we saw, and 74 million people supported that?
That surprised me. Absolutely.
It's a lot of people.
But we pulled it back.
We did. We pulled it out of the fire. Here's what. I don't think we pulled it back. I think we pulled it out of the fire. Has cooled down a little bit. Because if we had pulled it back, just try this on. If we had pulled it back, we would have won more state Senate races. We would have won more Senate seats. We should have won. McConnell's seat. If we pulled it back, we should have won McConnell's seat. We should have won Susan Collins' seat. We should have won. Jamie Harrison lost to him. Lindsey Graham. We should have won.
Yeah.
If we had pulled
I hear what you're saying, but here's the thing. If you've been following, I've followed both parties. That's their long game, right? They wanted to go states. They want to go bottom up. True. Which makes a lot of sense.
Always has.
If you didn't feel you can do anything top down or had any vision.
True.
Right? And so if you've been doing bottom up for 50 years, and
you're not going to stop that.
Exactly. But
that's my point. Where I'm saying
roller coaster going downhill.
That's why I'm saying we didn't swing it back.
I got you, but we basically said, come on back a little bit.
And the scary part, to Eric's point, is the 74 million that 45 got in 2020. That wasn't the issue for me. It was that his number grew from what he got in 16.
Yeah,
that's the part to me. That's the dangerous number.
All right, y'all. The number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
This is Paul Mark Wallace, president of NSYNC Consulting Services. Our website is www.nsynccs.com. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
Lyles is ready to help you, whether it's personal injury, criminal, DUI, and OWI, nursing home, product liability, it doesn't matter. Call 219-939-9-LAW. That's 219-939-9529. That's right. When you're driving and get into a wreck. You better call Donnell. Had a few drinks too many? A cop hits you with a DUI or OWI? I think you better call Donnell. Arrested and facing criminal charges, misdemeanor or felony? I think you better call Donnell. Purchase a product that causes you or a loved one harm? I think you better call Donnell. When your loved one is neglected and abused in a nursing home? I think you better call Donnell. That's That's right. You better call Attorney Darnell Lyles and get represented right. And the first consultation is free. Yes, free. So call right now. 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. Attorney Darnell Lyles. Darnell Lyles.
ETA Creative Arts Foundation is bringing community back to the community with its Outside the Box social events, starting Monday, November 29th with House Music Mondays, Tuesdays, 1-2 Stepper Set, Wednesdays, Open Mic Night, Thursdays, Karaoke Night, and Friday, All Laughs, No Play comedy series hosted by Comedian Stick. For more information about our weekly series, visit www.etacreativearts.org. That's www.etacreativearts.org.
We do. We buy, we sell, we move, we store. Anything, anytime, anywhere. We do. The company that handles all your stuff. If you have anything that you want to do something with, please call us. We buy, sell, move, store, donate, discard. Anything, anytime, anywhere. eBay plus U-Haul equals we do. We are moving at the speed of life. Call Terry Calloway, 312-343-9973, or via email, contact him at terrycalloway58@gmail.com.
My name is Meredith Morris. Visit my website at estatemovelagrange.com. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Yeah, y'all. The number is 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. Our guest today is the Scrubbola himself. That'd be almost Dr. Kevin Pitts. Did I get it all in that time? Man. I got it all in that time.
That was good, eh? You just got to let that roll out.
Yeah, man, you know we do.
Who y'all talking to?
Yeah, man.
That dude, that's soon to be Dr. Kevin Pitts.
Almost Dr.
That's
right. That's who he is, man.
That's right. Yeah,
773-763-9278. I'm gonna do something rare.
What's that?
Hit these phones first here.
That'd be great.
Yeah, how about that? Hey, Steve, what's on your mind, man?
Yes, I want to make a couple of points. One, for anyone who wants to contest the point, a doctorate, PhD, is the true doctorate, not an MD, not a JD. So let's be clear about that.
Okay.
Honor anyone. It takes about 3 times as long to earn a PhD as it does to earn a law degree, about twice as long as it takes to earn a medical degree. So anybody who wants to tell you that it's not a true doctorate, give them the facts. Secondly, I was in D.C. this week, and I have one of those cable networks whereby I can watch on my laptop, no matter where I am, those things I've recorded at home. I sit there and I tune in to the midday news and WGN, and lo and behold, there's this well-dressed African-American gentleman giving great advice. And I say to myself, that voice sounds familiar, because I'm working in the background. And sure enough, it's your co-host, Richard Chu. So
thank you, Steve.
You clean up very well, Richard. I would like to say you clean up very well.
Yeah, he shaved the hair off his back and everything, man.
Yeah, man.
But on a serious note, I would contend that absent COVID, I'm not entirely convinced that America does not reelect Donald Trump in 2020. I think that that he did everything that he could to basically institute the wrong policies with regard to his reaction to COVID. And I think that Wall Street, other places, they couldn't openly support, or rather, they couldn't openly reject Donald Trump. But these are people who are about the bottom line. And when you're making incompetent decisions that are keeping the economy from reopening, the international and the domestic economy, these are not people who are running to your corner necessarily. They're saying to themselves, you know what, maybe we need a sane person back in that office. And, so we're not going to give him the kind of support that he necessarily wants in the hopes that, secretly Joe Biden is going to get elected. Obviously, Wall Street can't openly turn its support to a Democrat, but they can withhold, their full-fledged support for someone like Donald Trump. And that's why you saw things like Lincoln Project and others. So, again, absent COVID, I'm not sure that Donald Trump doesn't get reelected, which says a lot. But you're absolutely right with regard to we as liberals, progressive Democrats, needing to grow up. I'm sorry that Bernie didn't get the nomination in 2016. Yes, I think he was treated wrongly by the establishment Democratic Party. But the answer to that is not to become a child and say, I'm taking my glove and going home and leaving the game. Because if you think that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are two sides of the same coin, you are delusional. You are not living in the reality that is the American political landscape. And this is the result, because, you could have a 6-3 court today had Hillary Clinton been elected. And that would be a Democratic court, a liberal court. But instead you have this court. And now, I will say this, and I perhaps I'm wrong. If this court overturns Roe, it could be the impetus that takes Democrats to the polls in 2022. Because, for generations of women who grew up knowing that, that this was a right that they had, or one that they could exercise, could you imagine what that's going to do in terms of energizing the base? And there are a lot of independent voters and even some moderate Republicans who take for granted the notion of a woman's right to choose. So I would argue that it could be the impetus for actually, securing the Senate, perhaps increasing margins in the House, but I could be wrong. So time will tell.
Yeah, because the judge will come down in the spring, right in the middle of campaign season next year. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, could be. Steve, I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah.
If that's that pendulum I was talking about, it'll swing back if it has to.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if I would characterize that as a pendulum.
It'll kick back. That's all I'm saying.
But see, I hear
maybe that's the problem. Maybe.
Yeah, we don't know, but we'll find out. I mean, those kinds
you
of things.
You got to think though, with the imbecilic behavior we see from these people now, the aggressive, violent behavior we see from them. And he still gets 74 million votes. And these people still support him in big numbers.
Yeah, that's because of, we'll talk about that, I'm sure, before we're done.
Yeah, but the why is not as important as the amazement that they do. I mean, that's anti-American, isn't it?
People vote their interests. And if my interest is my ethnicity and my identity, that overrules it all. So we can talk about that later.
No. We're going to talk about it now.
I don't want to talk about it now.
Dude is an imbecile.
I don't want any more calls. I don't mean, Kev, I'll get all your thing will be lighting up if we just state the obvious.
I don't mind the phone ringing. Let the phone ring, man.
Anyway.
So something that Steve said about igniting the base or whatever, but getting folks out to vote. What I find interesting, this is why I still say, there's some people that might get punched in the face by me now. Why did it take that in the first place? Why does it take this? Because I've been saying this all week, and Frank, I've been saying this for a long time, probably as long as Hillary said it, that this was it's an item that is important to so many people, and it's going to impact so many people, left, right, and in the middle. But why did it take this conversation about it for the people who are going to be most impacted by it to now say, oh my God, I guess I should get out to vote? I mean, what the hell?
So
did y'all, you see what I'm saying, Eric? Clean that up if you need to.
Yeah, I mean, if it takes all of that to get the vote out. But watch this, though. I'm reading the 1819 Project now.
1619.
16, I'm sorry. That's 18. I meant 1619. And so it's more of a series of essays. It's not in chronological order. You got to read it. It's an incredible kind of a read. It doesn't make you as angry as Caste does, Isabel Wilkerson's book. But almost without fail, and they don't say this in the book, but almost without fail, any attempt politically to do something for the common man was met with a white mob. Mm-hmm. And back then it was more pitchforks and torches.
Now it's AR-15s and shotguns.
Right, but but some of it was violent, some of it was just political. Right. Andrew Jackson came in and turned upside down. Reconstruction. Any number of when Haiti, when the enslaved peoples mutinied the island and cast off the enslavers. I mean, there were white mobs running around this country making sure that they didn't have that here. Right. So right now we're seeing You had an imbecile in the White House. It was clear he was an imbecile. Many of them will admit that he's an imbecile, but he's their imbecile. And they're supporting this.
Yeah.
Right? And then you got people who are in political office who support this. It's hard for me, given this country's history. If history is anything, tells us anything, it's that the white mob always seems to succeed.
Or certainly, if they don't succeed in getting it now, they succeed in creating enough discourse and
confusion,
to frighten people enough to fall back from what they should be moving toward, which is their permanent interest, or
right.
Even if it's a single issue.
I think the Supreme Court's just the tip of the arrow here. I think that there's a whole lot. So right now, I think the society in general, the political pundits in general, believe that the Democrats lose the Congress.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
right.
far.
Well,
but keep in mind now, you watched imbeciles and people who supported insurrectionists. They're the ones who's going to win and take over, and this country's going to allow that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What does that say?
50-year project, bottom up. We draw the districts the way we want to draw them, et cetera, and so on. There's a lot that goes into that to make it happen.
They engaged it.
And then, and Democrats or the other parties sat back and didn't
played
necessarily.
nice.
Yeah.
So
Well, what they did is they thought that the better minds would step up. But the better minds are running for the hills.
Well, first, let me just say this. We do it, too, when we're in power. We just didn't want to. I don't know. I just can't.
Okay. All right.
I've got this cloud. I've got this nebulous thing because we do it too. Democrats, when I say we, when you're in power, but for some reason they're better at it. That's what I want to say.
Well, it's not okay. I'm not going to say that you're right or wrong. I'm going to just add something to that.
He's wrong.
Which is
get
this.
out here. We've done it too. I've seen it.
Well, we have done it. The only thing that's different, and it's significant as the only thing, is it's not to the detriment of the greater society.
We do have a utilitarian approach.
And so
but Democrats now are seeking bipartisan solutions. Republicans don't do that.
They're seeking partisan, if not, and whatever is past partisan to the negative.
Right.
It's harmful.
They live by the mantra elections have consequences, and they do what the hell they want to do.
So case in point, this is why, I'm frustrated.
And they're craving and depraved about it, too.
I'm frustrated. Yes, Eric is right with the sit on their hands, clutching the pearls of Democrats. I am. And I recognize what you're saying about things that they've done, the elected officials, or have not done. And I'm more frustrated with what they have not done when they got the shot. They got a clean 3. Ain't nobody even close to them. Clean 3. We got rebounds and everything. We got everybody blocked out. And they decided to try to find somebody to pass the ball to on the other perimeter.
That's what he does, man.
And I'm like, take the damn shot. We got rebounds. We got 4 guys blocked out. And you go sit out there.
You hear that, man? You hear that?
That's what
next time, take the shot, will you?
That's what the Democrats don't do. That frustrates the hell out of me because I'm thinking we worked hard in practice. We ran line drills, suicides all week. We right. And you're going to look to pass the ball to somebody else after all this work we've done.
I'm not sure I would characterize it. It's like I'm ready to take my shot, and then our own teammate goes, hey, you're a chucker. Don't do that. There's those progressives, right?
But
listen to what I'm saying. Okay, if that's what you're saying, fine. We're hurting ourselves. I mean,
that's all I'm saying.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, good.
Because if one of the guys that's under the board has got an opponent blocked out, why would he stop?
Okay, stop with the analogy now.
Okay,
we get it.
Why?
Long as
sorry, man. This goes to show how frustrated I'm not upset with the craven Republicans this week, and I know we can't relitigate 2016, and we all know that folks didn't show up, and the percentages of white women that voted for Trump. We know all that data, to use Eric's so well put way of processing this. My frustration is, when are we going to learn? Because at some point, coming sooner or later, it's going to be too damn late.
The question is, what lesson do you want them to learn? Because I think the lesson learned is that what we saw in the previous presidency, a lot of people want that.
Yeah,
right. So when are Democrats going to learn
to fight that?
Right, that those are craven and depraved people,
right?
Who will do whatever they have to do to get what they want.
You need to stamp them out. You can't play
don't come looking for no hug and bipartisanship, all that stuff. Forget that.
Done. And they won't do that. And then when guys, sorry, y'all.
You got another analogy?
No.
Please, not another analogy.
No.
Please.
Cause I'm using the analogy so we don't get kicked off the air. Because the things I want to say.
I ain't worried about getting kicked off.
I know you're not. Eric doesn't worry about that stuff. But at the end of the day, that the frustration is we have had the ball in our hand. We've had the tools. We keep getting the tools. We work hard to make things right. And then
I want to make sure I'm clear on who we is.
We being Democrats, Republicans,
Independents.
that have the current leadership that was recently elected. What is it? And then the voting bloc that doesn't push them hard enough to say, "Hey, we got you here. We need you to do these things."
So those who were able to hit our social media and can see our list of permanent interests that we kind of conjured up, a year or two ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Right. All of what we're talking about adds credence to that argument. That this whole political gang thing, that we need to completely unplug from that.
True.
And we need to advocate for our permanent interest. This is what we want done. Whichever gang is going to pursue it with the most vigor, that's who we with.
Yeah. Well, here's what's fascinating. We set up a system where the minority has some power, but not enough to necessarily,
legislate.
Yeah. Right? And then we get the majority. We independents, Democrats, whatever. And the minority inside of our own party, like Manchin and whatever, or the progressives, depending which Congress you're in, decide that, I don't want to play ball the way you want to play ball, which is just kind of fascinating.
Well, we don't lockstep particularly
you follow the money, though.
Manchin's just, listen, I'm getting my money from oil and gas, and so I'm good with that.
Mainly coal money. Yeah.
Coal and pharma.
And my West Virginia folks, are basically very conservative, and so I got to play that line.
And they're suffering at the same time. This goes back to what Eric is saying about permanent interest. Those folks, right and left, are suffering. But then you strip it away even more to Eric's question, which is, if that number of people are okay with this, how do we deal with that?
Yeah, have decided that they support this or have chosen to turn a blind eye to it.
There's a lot of blind eyes right now. I would agree with that.
I think either they're equally culpable.
I want to hear about this permanent interest when we get back.
If you hit our Facebook page, you see our list of permanent interests.
Okay.
Right? And so, again, it adds credence. It adds credence to our argument.
Yeah.
That we need to get more people arguing for our permanent interests
as a regular part of the conversation,
and lobby both gangs.
Yeah.
Right. Whichever one of y'all step up, that's who we support. Simple as that.
Or people within.
That's right.
If you're on the other side of the aisle, quote unquote, but you down with this? Okay.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's right. Hey guys, the number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meetings.
This is Dr. Frank Vaught from Health on Earth Wellness Centers. Our website is www.healthonearth.org. Keep listening to the Family Meeting Show.
Hey, this is Brittany Perry. Did you know there's a Black-owned footwear brand based here in Chicago? Perry Co. Shoes creates affordable luxury footwear and accessories for both men and women. Whether you're in a suit or out with friends, they provide pieces you can wear on a daily basis. Breaking barriers, inspiring style. Visit www.perrycoshoes.com to purchase a pair today. That's www.perrycoshoes.com.
A 2016 study estimates that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft that year. Fight back against identity theft by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
For you to get empowering financial advice, save and plan.
If you are like a lot of people, you'd like to work with a financial planner, but don't know if you earn or have enough to invest. Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial decisions. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone. Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA. SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
Get fresh, have, and do the beatbox. Say what? Get fresh, have, and do the beatbox. 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 Get fresh, have, and do the beatbox.
Midnight, candlelights, hot wax chips on your back. Dom P, MT, Cristal, it's on its way. I don't play, I'm dead serious. Hey yo, I mean this. Straight up ugly faces in exotic places. My erotic taste is outrageous. Upstages, the bravest of lovers. But this one's overweight. Waterbed, now get it straight. Sade, CD, killing me softly. You know Victoria's Secrets, but you speak it cause you want me. DK, PJs, BKNY is where you stay. Always looking lovely when you walk around my way. My booby crispy, forever jiggy, forever with me. Half Puerto Rican. Hi, mommy. Get fresh, have.
This is Tanisha K. Brooks, teacher for the Great Ann Arbor Public Schools, where Wolverines rule. And welcome back to the family meeting.
I'm going to say it every time, man. Rakim, yep. Heavy D, yep.
Always,
yep.
always.
Mount Vernon zone, baby. Come on, man. Tell me Heb couldn't do it, man.
Heavy was the man. I mean, I can't even.
I like Chubb Rock, I must admit.
I like Chubb too.
Chubb's a good producer as well. Heb put it down, though, man.
Yeah, he does.
All right, y'all. Number 773-763-9278. Let me get Jim calling here from Chicago. Hey, Jim, what's new, man?
Hi, gentlemen. I'm just thinking of how, since I quit drinking, how I realize how irrational people have become. We've got a pandemic where half the people won't get vaccinated. They elected a lunatic for a president. They spent $50 million in Texas, the religious right and that other group, the Republican group, between the Koch brothers that are behind their legislation, trying to push a decision from 1973. It's been law for 50 years. They got poor women in Texas running in a pandemic to different states. They didn't have any money to begin with, but they got about $400 or $500 from whoever, their friends or family, to take a ride to another state. I don't know. I don't know if I didn't notice it when I was stoned or when I'm sober. I'm like, wow. I mean, this is just brutal. I mean, it's just brutal. Our politics are brutal. Once it's just anyway, guys. I hope that this decision. I think Sotomayor had it right in the nose what she said. That this decision will have the stench from this decision. Will settle the nostrils of Americans. And I know they're trying to gerrymander every state, desperately trying to gerrymander every state. The Heritage Foundation, that's all written by the Heritage Foundation. They put millions and millions of dollars into it. The best minds they could possibly pay off. So we're up against that. But I think that this decision, I'm not in the prediction business, but this should rile up enough voters, and we have to, and vote by mail, dear God, I mean, this is the first time I voted by mail. It was the easiest thing in the world. I got into my mailbox, filled it out, didn't have to show a card to anybody, anything, just mailed it in. A couple of his friends from California for that governor race, they just mailed it in, no ID, no muss, no fuss. I mean, we should be getting 90% of the people in America voting. We should be getting it up there. I know we got 80 million this time. It should be, we've got 200 million votes. Everybody should be voting. And maybe someday it'll happen. But anyway, you guys have a great show, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate you, man. Jim sounds frustrated. I think I am too.
Yeah. I mean, you started it off with it
by the whole thing, by the way.
You started off with it by saying that the pressure cooker and a slow cooker, pressure cooker, whatever. That we are in that we're definitely in that phase. We've been in it for a while, and then the heat's just going up now. So, but I know you want to grab some of these other calls, so I won't interrupt your flow.
Let me see what was on Eduardo's mind here. Eduardo, what's new, man?
Hey guys, good afternoon. Hey, they had a ceremony at the French Patron for Josephine Baker. You know, the dancer.
Yeah, they gave her an award over there. I forget what the award is called. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I didn't know this, but she adopted, I think it was like 12 children. So she was the dirty dozen. She thought of that before Lee Arvin.
yeah. My grandmother knew her, too.
Really? I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah. I never met her.
She was.
I know she did marches with MLK, and, you know, obviously she spoke out in the civil rights era.
Yeah.
It's a very nice thing. I wish they do a movie about her.
They did, man.
There's others out there.
They did.
They did,
Yeah. Lynn Whitfield played, I think it was Lynn Whitfield played her in a movie. It had to be at least 10, maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah. Probably 15.
I got to look it up. I want to get that out.
And she did the banana dance in the movie, too, by the way.
See, you're going to be all set at water.
You got to have that in the movie, sure. Yeah.
You ain't going to be able to sleep, man. You better watch it during the morning.
Yep. You better watch it in the morning, All right, man. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks,
be
Eduardo.
well.
Be safe.
Thank you. Have a good week.
You too. Yeah, I hope I have a good week this week.
You're going to, man. You know I'm going to bother the hell out of you, as I always do.
Please do, man. Please do.
I have to do that, too.
When you leaving? Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Get out, man. Go and get out.
I'll be back.
You'll be back?
I'll be back.
Damn.
I'll be back.
Fressa.
When it gets warm, like March.
So you can come up in shorts?
Yeah.
They leave there in shorts and come here in shorts?
I would say that I would come down there, but I ain't interested in coming down.
I will admit.
New Orleans is nice.
New Orleans, maybe. New Orleans stinks. It's stinky there.
Come on, man.
I mean, it smells like vomit most of the days, man. Vomit and dead bodies. Come on, man.
It's funny. My first time, this was 2008. My wife had been to New Orleans. My mother was still alive and living out in Meridian. So we flew down, saw my mom. And I told my wife, and I said, all right, so I'm going to take you down to New Orleans. So I messed with her. So I said, now, we're going to drive down, obviously. It's a 3-hour drive. I said, but if you got to go to the bathroom, we're going to go before we leave town and when we get to New Orleans. She said, why? I said, because we're not stopping at any little country gas station along the way because we may not get back on the highway. She's like, so I've been telling this story, leading up to the drive. We drive down, and she sees this couple little side, stores that have like jams and all these other. It's like, oh, can we stop? Can we stop? We roll in, we get stuff, get back in the car. She said, wow, nothing happened. We keep on going. We get down to New Orleans, and she said we have a couple of days down, and we drive back up to Meridian. She's like, nothing happened. What were you telling me? All these things are gonna happen. I was like, no, I was just messing with you because
there you go.
I wanted to see how you could react.
What's fascinating about Louisiana? They have a large number of small black towns.
I know.
Right? Because they just didn't leave from the plantations. And when I drew through those small towns, I had this preconception that I had to change. I'm seeing nothing but black guys that waving at me, older gentlemen just waving at me as I drive by.
That's the reason that I still have an affinity for parts of the South because of that. I mean, like, that I ain't gonna lie. When I go down to Mississippi, I go for business, in and out. I have no, I'm done. But if I go to the coast, to Pass Christian and all that, Biloxi, I have a different, interaction with folks when I go to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Kind of the similar thing.
Every time I hear that drawl, though, from somebody, when they start, first off, my initial reaction is, y'all really do talk like this, don't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. They really do talk.
Well,
I got a good. Okay,
in southern Louisiana, it's different. It's an Arcadian thing. It's not a southern drawl.
And there's that
that French
Creole thing.
Yeah.
And I kind of dig that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie or BS on the story. I can't stand Mississippi. I tolerate it because I have to go down there for business. Outside of that, I can't stand going.
Because I got a vivid imagination, and I see Bull Connor and all kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not that shouldn't leave our memory. It doesn't mean it guides us or whatever, but it shouldn't leave our memory because that's a part of why we are who we are and do what we do. Ancestrally, I'm as connected to my ancestors as you are and we are, but at the same time, Eric says it best. When we go down there, I'm like, this is the one that cracks me up. I've said it before. When a brother or a sister sees us, and one of the first things they say when they hear us talk is, "Oh, you ain't from around here." Not you are not from around here, but you ain't from around here. That's my favorite one. when somebody black says it because they know they're not being goofy or whatever.
I told the story a number of years back. It has to be about 10 years ago now. I took my father and his sister and brother down to Mississippi.
Yeah.
And we went to a restaurant. I think it was called the Varsity.
Okay.
In Belzoni, Mississippi.
Yeah.
We walked up to the front door, and the lady came to the door, looked out the screen door, and said, "Y'all got to go around back."
Yeah.
All of us are big now. My auntie's 5'11". She probably the shortest one. We're all big people. We about to tear this place down, man. We about to tear this place down, man.
You know,
because we ain't going for that. So we went around back, right? And we went in with the intentions of turning over tables. And they explained to us that the front door was broken.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
But by that time, my old man had got, he had gotten started already. So they had these big old round tables in there. It was a cafeteria-style restaurant.
Yeah.
And you had like 8 or 10 to a table, right? And these people had spread out. It was 2 on one, it was 4 on this other one. And my old man had already started on these people. He was like, "Listen, can you get up and go over there? And you need to go over there because we need this table because we want to all sit together." See, they was hustling. They were getting up and scrambling to move, man. Scrambling. Grabbing their little trays and moving, right?
Yeah.
He ended up giving the dude at the counter a $100 tip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's Irish style.
Yeah. Well, I always say, going back to Louisiana, it's kind of going back in time a little bit. We're all old enough to remember when we saw another minority in the street, we gave him a little nod, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that anymore. And that was everywhere in the United States at one point. But in Louisiana, we still kind of give each other a nod.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I like it because it's like I'm recognizing you.
When did that go away?
That happens here.
Well, like in Brooklyn, it's not happening.
It happens here.
I mean,
Brooklyn ain't on Earth.
Am I stretching it, E, or in saying that happens? I mean,
it happens here.
Yeah,
with some regularity. But this is North Mississippi too, so
true. Yeah. But I mean, there it happens each and every encounter.
Yeah,
it's a little bit unnerving too. I've been down there when they especially when they say hi to you.
The little head.
No, you man.
See, I like it.
Cordial me like that, man. I don't know you.
A little recognition. I'm good. I like it.
I mean, isn't it? It's like what you want. Why you?
No, this is the typical
backup player.
Stop looking for the hole in the donut.
I'm just saying, man. I feel some kind of way about them people being nice. You drive by their house and they're waving at you. I don't know you, man.
Distracting.
Don't wave at me.
Distracting you so you run off the roads.
Right.
I love it.
No, man. But
I must say though, before you go, like my good buddy Artie. Right, I love him dearly. We grew up together. He's the one that constantly says to us when we get a little negative, "You're always looking for the hole in the donut."
Yeah. Well, sometimes pointing out that there is a hole in the donut is necessary. You just have to.
We're going to go with the analogy thing again. Is that what we're going to go to? The analogy show?
No, I'm done.
Damn donut 4 times today, man. Nobody care about no donuts.
He uses donuts. I'm using, basketball and rebounding. So
there you go.
Just trying to do the thing.
Oh, okay. Is it done now? Are y'all done?
Go on, E. Grab the calls, man. There's people waiting. They're desperate to talk to us.
Okay, let me get David calling from Sacramento. Dave, what's new, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. How you?
Taking my call. Pretty good. So I know this really got me so pissed off about the prosecutor who was all in favor for those 3 guys to get off, and now she's in jail and she got off on bond. And now she wants to apologize. That does not fly.
Of course she does.
And same goes, and she'll never get reelected because she's an idiot. Now, as far as
wait a minute, are you sure? Are you sure now? They've
not.
Listen, the electorate has demonstrated a propensity towards idiots.
I don't think so. She won't get elected. I already tell you that for a fact. Now, as far as the other guys that got caught, and now they're represented by an attorney saying that they were going to come back. They were they were scared for their lives. If you're going to make excuses for that type of garbage, nobody's buying it. Maybe you're buying it because you're stupid enough to believe it yourself. As far as I'm concerned, they're going to jail. They're involuntary manslaughter, 4 counts of that. The kids are going to jail, and maybe they can eat nothing but mush in the damn jail after. That was the most disgusting thing that the kid ever did, and also on behalf of the father, who is an idiot, that thinks that they're going to get off, and they just basically shun everything off, thinking that if you guys think you're going to make excuses for and you're going to make a lot of garbage for your excuses for all your mishaps, people are not going to buy it anymore because people are tired of it. People are tired of garbage.
Are you sure? Are you sure, Dave? Because you're in California, man. It's a little different there, man.
I just think now
people are just not putting up with it anymore. They're sick of it. You got a gun problem right now in this country, and people are sick of that. And they're going to point the finger on Biden if he doesn't do anything. And Sandy Hook, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, you think people are not tired of by now. The adults are being shot, but the kids, really? They're being. Are you serious? In school? You got to be kidding me, man. There's got to be a problem. There's a gun control in this country, and the kids are being killed in the schools. I am sick of it, and there's got to be some gun control in this country. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of.
Don't hold your breath, man. Don't hold your breath.
I'm getting sick of it. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. What can you do about it, though?
The fact is, the most important, precious thing in this world, and not only is a life, but not only but also your own child, who's fearful for their life because some stupid idiot kid did what he did. There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than having their own mother bury their own son and daughter. That pisses me off. It really does.
Yeah, but what are you going to do about it, man?
It's heartbreaking.
You should run for office.
Well, no. The fact of the matter is, the NRA may be strong, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't know a bunch of wussies that are out there that are not going to go ahead and take this to Supreme Court. If we can take abortion to Supreme Court and listen to and listen to the results in June 30th when it comes out, why don't you just try to see if the NRA and take them to United States Supreme Court and take that.
Have you seen the Supreme Court now? Have you seen what they did?
I understand it's a conservative situation, but when you find out that there's parents that are out there that are having mercy on these politicians and they don't get what they want to protect their kids because we got a gun situation that's out of control, then no Republican who's in favor for the NRA will ever get elected, especially if your son is at stake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think you should run for office, Dave. Why don't you do that for us, man?
Oh, you know something? If I did that, I'd tell you one thing. My job would not be important. It's the people that are important, not the job.
You should run for office then, Dave. We need people like you, man.
Maybe so.
That's right.
Who knows? I appreciate it.
Hey, man.
Thank you.
All right, Dave. Be well, Dave.
Have a good holiday. Thanks.
You too, man. I think people just gonna be dead. That's just all I think's gonna happen with this one.
Yeah, man.
That's what this country does.
We're going to a break. I can't say in a short window of time about that subject matter.
Yeah. All right, y'all. 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
This is Dr. Sharon Bethia. I'm Associate Professor at Northeastern Illinois University and the coordinator of the African American Studies program. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
Joan Esposito, live, local, and progressive on WCPT Willow Springs is powered by ComEd. Lower your energy bills and reduce your carbon footprint with the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program.
Hey, Family Meeting cousins. As you know, we've created a Patreon Family Meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the Family Meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, thefamilymeeting.com, and click on the link.
Of Americans who'd like to speak with someone about a long-term care plan? Did you know that only 16% have had that conversation? Call the Polaris Insurance Agency at 312-951-2606. One of the Polaris agents in Illinois, Wisconsin, and Iowa can provide you with useful material, like what long-term care currently costs and what it could cost in the coming years according to the Genworth 2012 Cost of Care Study. With information like this, you'll have the power to plan. Call the Polaris Insurance Agency at 312-951-2606. Don't outlive your financial resources.
Oh, yeah. All right.
This is Jennifer Marlowe from Win Trust Wealth Management. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Yeah, y'all. The number is 773-763-9278, 773-763-9278. We were talking about gun control briefly during the break, and I mean, what? I mean, really, what?
Yeah, I
what,
mean, nobody, and prayers and blessings and whatever we can send, whatever the hell that means, to the Avant family. For those of you who don't know, we lost a great leader in the community in general this week at the hands of a gun, not a knife, not a baseball bat or anything else. It was a gun.
think Chris Rock had the best idea. Just tax bullets.
Yeah.
Tax the hell out of the bullets or something, man. I mean, but listen.
Yeah, I know.
This country doesn't have any will, and the argument is just, like many of the arguments, are just stupid. I mean, well-regulated militia and all those things are embedded in the Second Amendment, and, tyranny, they use terms like tyranny and all that stuff. Shut up.
That stuff was, that's
Shut up.
1700s BS.
Tyranny. Had muskets and stuff back there. What are you talking
and
about?
bayonets, like President Obama said.
It's my right to have a bear arm. Man, shut up.
I mean, for those punks out there who are all about, well, I need my Second Amendment rights. I'm looking at this and saying, and Eric said this during the break with a certain amount of flavor to it. If the government truly decided they were going to turn on the citizenry,
what you going to do about that?
What you going to do about it? Because they're going to get you before you got them. And there's just far more citizens, but they got far more high-powered weaponry, and they have something that a lot of people don't want to even think about sometimes. They have the ability to infiltrate when we don't know about it.
Yep.
So I bet you walk around, people got guns on their hips all over the place down there, right?
Guns is prevalent, absolutely. And but I don't understand why we can't do those common sense gun laws that we've been talking about for 10 years.
Because it's common sense.
Because it's common sense. We were talking about for a long since.
Nobody want to do nothing that make no sense. Let's not do that. Let's do the stupid thing.
In the modern time, we want to talk about it since the real, I say, epic point would have been Columbine, in terms of mass school shootings and that whole.
It was the epic point. It was the point that we learned that these people are craven and depraved and won't do anything, even if you dismember children with an AR-15.
Now, I'm wondering, too, with the arrest of the parents in this particular last school shooting, will that begin to swing the pendulum again?
No. Those would be sacrifices that they'll make.
Because, see, listen, right, they'll just like they're going to sacrifice the woman who was going to let these guys go with Arbery's case initially. Mm-hmm. They're going to sacrifice her to say that we did something.
To proclaim the system works.
Right. And then this family, this couple that deserted their child. See, for me, I'd be going after they deserted their child as much as,
absolutely.
For the whole part about, getting them the guns. They're going to sacrifice them too, because then it'll get people who are lazy and not intellectually curious, to use Eric's phrase, a reason to go, okay, we can look away from this now. But at the end of the day, people are asking, well, where were they going? They were going to Canada, knuckleheads. They were headed to Canada.
Yeah.
That's where they were headed. Then they were trying to figure out how we're going to cross the border. The problem is, I'm not going to say, we know the parents were wrong. Why do we have to debate that? We know, how in the hell Eric going to go out and buy 16-year-old Irie or Malcolm a gun for Christmas or for
and he crazy already.
Yeah. Well, they knew that part. That's the funny thing.
How the hell they go? How can Eric?
He's crazy. So you know what? Let's get him a gun.
Legitimately say we're going to do that. How are they going to do that? It's not going to happen. Right. So we can.
But ultimately, what are the rules?
Right.
When you do that, what are the rules? Because I want to know so that I can know how I should act.
Bingo.
How do I comport myself?
Bingo. And that's where the conversation is going to get lost on this. They're going to get caught up in, the parents didn't know better and all this other just malarkey. Because I can't say that other word.
It's illegal, basically, if you're underage to.
Yeah, they're going to spin this out. The kid's going to do some time because he's got to do time. But the parents, if they get off, it's going to be because they didn't know any better and
I don't think they're going to get off.
They might.
Why do you think that?
I think, like you said, they're going to make an issue of it for
we have
maybe
a video of a 17-year-old boy with a...
What are the rules in that instance?
Yeah,
around the parents.
Yeah.
I think it's illegal to go and buy a weapon. And what it is, it's like they need to encase it and be locked, I think.
Okay.
Right? And it was just, sitting around on the kitchen table or something.
So how is...
But I don't know all that. But I've heard
isn't that ultimately the point? Because then you got to look back at this Rittenhouse case where his mother gave him, or whoever gave him that gun. And then you got to look at all these people in the streets, Or all these children who find a gun in a shoebox and end up shooting themselves in the head or whatever, then you hold those parents culpable?
You need to.
But they haven't been doing that.
I understand that, but no, we need to
the
enforce
rules aren't
that.
applied equally.
That's why there's no precedent.
You don't know what the rules are.
Yeah,
you can't play the game.
Unfortunately, this is. I mean, I'm not picking sides on this one, but those are just the facts. We have precedent of the law, of the system, not doing what it's supposed to do when those accidents happen.
It's worse than that. We don't know what the rules are. We don't know what the system's supposed to do.
True. Right. So we have precedent of knowing that it didn't do something that we would say would have been the logical thing to do, and it didn't do that.
Right, because Trayvon Martin was defending himself. That was self-defense.
Right.
But these dudes got convicted of murder, and they didn't allow self-defense.
That's why.
Which is it? They were both chasing a black man. Which one is it? What's the rule?
That's why I'm a little. I'm not locked in that these parents are going. I mean, listen. Just the defense was already saying that they should be let out on bond, they shouldn't be bonded. The defense yesterday morning, I watched it, said that
they wanted to
media,
reduce it to
no,
it was $500,000. They wanted to reduce it to zero.
Right. No, that they shouldn't be.
That's crazy.
So, because they're not a flight risk, although they were hiding in a damn warehouse in Detroit,
about 8 miles from the border, from crossing the bridge going to Windsor.
What ATM can you go to and get $4,000? By the way,
and leave your son.
Wait. But what ATM can you get $4,000 out of? Right. I want to go to that ATM.
Yeah, in that window of time. In what, 2 days? I mean, my max.
No, this is a little longer, I think.
Okay, 5 days. My max is $500. So they both went and got $500 in the same window of time. Let's just say their max is 505 days. That's 2,500 times 2, 5,000. Come on, man.
Something ain't right about that story.
Please. So
you can't get no $4,000 out of no ATM.
Yeah, I mean,
over time you can.
But they didn't have enough time. They didn't have it. Happened on Monday. So, all right, let's say they had $1,000 sitting in an envelope behind a picture of Granny in the dining room, and they both went and got $1,500 in 4 days, 3 days.
Well, the point is they were on the run, right? And they knew they were wrong, so they'll get tried, and it's a jury it's a jury of your people.
Right, that's the problem.
I know the problem is the people,
because they might get 12 people that got warehouses that they would have stored them in. So
it makes it difficult to operate in society for all of us if we don't know what the rules are.
Well, if you don't enforce the rules equally,
but you don't know what they are to enforce them,
and then when they don't get enforced the way that you think that we're interpreting them to be, then you can't have any. There's no reason. And we don't have to go back 50 years. We've got real time evidence that the rules either don't exist or that which the manner in which they do, they're applied differently.
I understand that part, but I mean, through the Freedom of Information Act or some sort of way, you can understand the laws of the United States.
To what end, though? To what end?
Well, it's the issue around implementation.
But
I understand
like you said,
that.
yeah, it's implementation.
But you can find out if you really. But none of us want to be lawyers. The lawyers that want to be lawyers are lawyers, and we trust in them. So
no, you ain't finna throw this over your shoulder. That ain't what you finna do today. No. I mean, I asked the damn question. What are the rules?
Listen, I honestly don't know. All I know is they were supposed to keep this gun safe. I remember hearing that.
Yeah. Well, we have a mother. We have a mother.
Well, I heard that part. That's one thing.
But we heard.
And the fact he's a minor is important.
But we have a mother that was supposed to treat her son to a trip to Wisconsin and allow him to say, "Mom, can I have that gun, please?" And she didn't keep that one safe.
Did he do that?
I'm just playing.
Okay, just checking.
But she didn't keep that one safe, and then two people are dead.
Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of the point, is that you really don't know what the rules are. I mean,
we know what they say they are. Let's put it that way. For those who are thinking that we don't read, but we know what we know what they are supposed to, or what they say they're supposed to do. But to your point, the application of them is far away from that.
Yeah, I mean, right now you've got these people who stormed the Capitol, getting all manner of misdemeanors. One of them got charged with an illegal parade. He didn't have a permit for a parade, and they characterized the parade him walking through the Capitol.
A single person. How in the hell a single person? First of all, the insanity of that. Y'all got to stop and peel that apart. Everybody listening, just peel that apart. You didn't have a permit for a parade. I won't get us started off there. But what blankety blank, Eric Grant, is going to have a single-person parade that you would get a permit for.
And how would you characterize someone breaking into Capitol as conducting a parade?
On private property.
I mean, that's what the justice system does. So you don't know what the rules are because of how they do this thing.
The Capitol is private property without invitation. And so...
Let me get Matt in here, man. Who's on Matt's mind? Matt, what's new, man?
Hey, guys. Long time no talk.
Hey, man, I got to owe you a call, too, man. Owe you a call. I'm acknowledging that.
Yeah, no. I've been driven crazy all week, and Eric's like, no, I'll call you later. So I'm calling because a person decided to go out there last week and kill 3 students, 3 of his classmates. And, of course, the Republicans immediately launched to, oh, they're coming to take your guns, be careful. Now, people, I know that some Republicans do listen to the show, so please spread the word to your friends.
Do they?
They do, because sometimes they do call. Folks, you guys honor a person, look up to a person who looked at an eclipse, who says that he got a life-threatening virus and miraculously survived and learned a lot about it, and then he did the exact thing that he was not supposed to do. Now, you guys can run around with your guns all you want, but I promise you this, the virus is going to take you all out. It may take a little while, it may take a generation or 2, but it's going to take you out because you're too stupid to get a shot. And if you're not too stupid to get a shot and you're still a Republican, do me a favor. Next time we have an eclipse, look up anyways. It'll make our lives a hell of a lot easier. Get your damn shot, people. Come by.
I got
a bunch of blind Republicans.
Speak to the shot. So this week was one of those weeks, E. I got my booster, my Pfizer booster in the left arm.
You get your booster, man?
I got my booster.
I got my flu shot in my
first
right
one in
arm.
line.
Because of your age, right?
No, because I just think it makes sense.
They can't stand in line too long.
No, because I think it makes sense. Stop it.
Yeah. So I got my booster, I got my flu shot, I gave some blood, got my physical thing done. I am what's now known as Black Superman because I'm ready. I think I took care of all that stuff.
Did you proclaim yourself Black Superman?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out where the moniker came from. That's all.
I did. It came from.
Well, congratulations.
It came
on
from
that.
a movie.
Congratulations on that, man.
That's right. Get your booster, y'all.
Let me get Dave calling from California. Is this the same Dave? Dave, what's new,
Different Dave.
Hey, well, not too bad. Nice sunny day out in San Francisco, but no
Hey, man,
rain.
why you got to rub it in like that, man?
What's up, Dave? Why you got to do that?
Well, but see, we're suffering because we still haven't got any rain. So,
All right.
nice is it's dangerous, but yeah, living on the fault line or something. Hey, you know what I was interested in? These fake conservatives that basically are trying to use snobbery to tell us that they're really the smart ones and that we're inferior. And that's it's too obvious. I mean, that stuff's been going on for centuries. And, nowadays when we got do you remember the Paul Manafort, right? Was Donald Trump's campaign manager. Did you ever study his what he did in his first 40 years?
No,
I didn't.
He ran coups.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. I heard that. Yeah,
up in the Ukraine and Russia, that area somewhere.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Much less, he goes 40 years back. Before 5 years ago, he goes 40 years back to Ferdinand Marcos in the Philippines. He ran six dictatorships, and one of them was Jonas Savimbi, and Savimbi was a Maoist, right? And African dictator, but a Maoist. And he actually tricked Newt Gingrich into letting Jonas Savimbi give a speech before Congress to give him $60 million. I mean, this is the layer of double dealing that these guys have done. I mean, if these guys want to call themselves conservatives and they allowed a Maoist and they did give him $60 million. So it's like either the Republicans are totally insane or they're fakes to begin with, and I'm going by it's more organized crime, and that they're scamming everybody and just taking the money and nothing works right after those old boys get involved. So basically, you know, we just got to look at ourselves as citizens. I heard you before the top of the hour, the other guy from California. The more languages you know, the more money you're going to make. And these phonies, you know, these fake conservatives claim English only, English only. Well, if you're going to make more money by knowing more languages, what kind of stupid is that? You be a bigot and not make money? You know, so out here in California, that's kind of the difference, is that the more languages you know, the more friends you know, the more different cross-sections of people you know, the more money you're going to make. And for these bigots to want to tidy everything up so that only people in Texas speak English, and they're going to have a clamp-down society because everybody's, you know, looking at each other with suspicion instead of looking at each other with, you know, opportunity.
That's a good point, man.
Yeah,
That's a good point. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the insight, man. Don't be a stranger, okay?
Send us some sunshine, Dave.
Remember, Texas is the second largest state in the nation, and that they want to be a super bigot. They want to hog so much land area and turn it into utter bigotry. They're fake conservatives, and think of Paul Manafort every time you hear these stupid arguments.
Yeah.
Okay, sure will, man. Thanks for the insight, man. We appreciate that.
Thanks,
Okay.
Dave.
Thanks, appreciate it.
That's the smartest Dave I know.
Does anybody know what the biggest state is in the union?
Alaska.
Biggest state.
Yes. Eric sits at the front of the class, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, what Dave said, though.
Were you a game show host, man, asking questions?
Used to be in a previous life. No, it's he's right on point, though, about the fakeness. But at the end of the day, so going back to permanent interest, their interest may not be permanent. They're transactional, and they're transitory. Whereas we like to think that the folks that are center, left, and progressive and all those are at least more permanent. But who's going to deliver? That's what Eric's always saying. Who's going to deliver?
Yeah. Who's going to deliver those things that we need as a society? That I think we all can agree on.
What's that?
I mean, good schools, the things we listed in our permanent interest. I mean, everybody wants that. They argue about how we go about it, but, you know, it's got to get done.
I think the pushback oftentimes from the right on those things being done is because they know, to Dave's point, it's going to level the playing field.
Well, that's more nefarious. But either way, they need good schools, however that happens.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
This be for you to tell the truth. I've heard it all before, and I won't take it anymore. I'm tired of hearing I'm gonna change and seeing you play.
Hi, my name is Constance Ming, and I'd like you to keep listening to the Family Meeting.
I'm tired of giving you one more chance, and now I'm saying you had your last. I see with you, it's easier said than done.
ETA Creative Arts Foundation is bringing community back to the community with its Outside the Box social events, starting Monday, November 29th with House Music Mondays, Tuesdays, 1-2 Step, Stepper Set, Wednesdays, Open Mic Night, Thursday's Karaoke Night, and Friday, All Laughs No Play comedy series hosted by comedian Stick. For more information about our weekly series, visit www.etacreativearts.org. That's www.etacreativearts.org.
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris has introduced a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
A Single K plan is a 401k plan designed especially for business owners and immediate family, regardless if they are incorporated or not. Single Ks offer both employer and employee contributions and in many cases have no setup fee or annual plan administrative charges. Single Ks are simple to administer with no government reporting required. Most importantly, this plan allows employees to access their savings via hardship withdrawals or loans. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com or call us about your business or organization's retirement plan at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Polaris provides empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA, and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
Yo, turn me up in the headphones. Like that? Yeah. Bad boy. Now it's on the hot track, melt like it's hot wax. Put it out, all the stores, bet you can shop that. Leave it.
This is DeAndre Edwards, assistant coach of the West Inglewood Tigers. Welcome back to the family meeting.
See, here's the thing, man. I think this is kind of the overlying message for today.
Okay.
I think too many people think this country is something other than what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what is it?
I mean, look at the history. Look at the history of the company, how it resists progressive ideas.
Yep.
Right? And when they run out of political means, you get the white mob.
Yeah.
So we've had the white mob in January, and then you watch the things that happen after that.
And we got little white mobs.
Yeah,
throughout the course
you got
of this
white
year.
mobs showing up at school board meetings and all manner of things, just basically physically threatening people, and then everybody's running for the hills.
Meeting people in the parking lot, Eric.
Right. So the history of this country is that the white mob prevails, is my point. And so we had a white mob vote for an imbecile.
Yeah.
And they ain't happy. They think that it was a lie. They think it didn't happen that way. These imbeciles are walking around Dallas now thinking JFK Jr. is coming back.
Yeah. So
come on, man.
So and
in groups, in big groups.
Big groups.
It's small in general, but I hear you.
But the thing is, then you get the media covering, because I'm kind of starting to call the media a little bit of a mini white mob because of the way in which they handle some of the stories that are out there. But that's another conversation. Listen, to Eric's point about, we had this insurrection on the 6th, that we're having a debate about what that was. In and of itself, we saw it. How many times have y'all that are listening to us heard Eric say, don't try to tell me that my eyes didn't see what I saw? So we saw
that makes me mad.
Right. We saw what happened. Yet people are trying to say that it wasn't that. It was something else. And we've got a number of people, a number is millions of people that say that white mob was a group of tourists.
Yeah, but the white mob itself is not the thing. It is the success, the things that happen after.
Sure.
The white mob. The white mob's a part of the response.
But that's my point. Since then, the people that voted for this craziness, they still support that.
Right.
And yet they say that they're patriotic and they're this and they're that and all the other things.
Despite all the evidence to the contrary,
that they
still support this. And I find that to be problematic. And so I'm not a historian, I'm a fan of history, but I know what happens after this.
Yep. And so they get away with it.
They take back the House and the Senate. They kill the January 6th committee thing.
And they go after some people.
They start their own little investigation to go after people who stole elections. And it becomes a big mess. That's what they do.
And what I don't understand is why a faction of the Democratic, machine doesn't say, hey, hold on, player. What about some of the votes in Texas? Because now we're starting to see.
We can't rely on them, though. We got to tell them to get their boy.
Maybe I didn't say it the right way. What I was trying to say is there's the conversation of the big lie, okay, that the election was stolen and these states had shenanigans going on. Well, how do we know that there weren't shenanigans in Montana? Why isn't that? I know we can't do the
there's nothing logical about this, man. It's just it's a vision. It's our country, and we're going to do what we need to do to make sure it stays that way. And I get that,
which has always been jacked up.
All right, but that's fine. But I get that, and identity is a very powerful thing.
Sure, it is.
Yeah, but the process they use to overcome situations like this is always the same.
And then in the conversation,
and look at the history. I mean, look at in North Carolina. I think it was Greensboro. No, it wasn't Greensboro. In North Carolina, they elected a black mayor, and the community didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
They went in and killed him.
Yeah,
and took over. So I'm not suggesting that they're going to go in and kill Biden, but I'm saying that they react a certain way, and then there's a succession of actions that always result in.
Think about Louisiana, the biggest lynching, I think, in the history of us, of the United States. When I went down there, I learned a little bit of the history, and this is in the early 19th century, I guess.
Sugarcane people.
Yeah, I mean, this was big thing.
But here we are again. They were threatening to lynch Mike Pence.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Right.
I mean,
all you got to do is look at history and watch what
nothing
happened.
logical about this is he was basically like a Stepford wife to Donald Trump. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
but look at the history. Look at the history.
For one decision, right?
Look at the history.
Except for one decision.
Look at the history of what happens after you get the white mob. And we're watching that play out right now. That's what I'm talking about.
And people aren't that are supposed to be ones that can navigate and push us back. And tell us what the rules are, and then enforce them in the way that they should be.
They're running for the hills.
They're not doing the thing that we thought they were going to do.
This is too much for me to handle.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
And
I'm going to quit. I'm not going to run again.
And this is one of those moments. People may get a little bit burned on this one, but that's the essence of white privilege in this country. Gets too hot for me. I've done what I thought I could do.
See, but I agree with you, but I wouldn't reduce it to that. It's just
Really?
I think that good people everywhere are saying the white mob is too much for me. I'm going to step back.
Not everybody.
Not everybody, but in key positions they're stepping back.
Enough people where it's become the vacuum, where those who are crazy are going to step into that void.
Yeah.
That's the part that concerns me, because they're going to step into that void. You watch. They already are doing it. It's a classic example. I don't know enough about the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran, but I will tell you, I know it speaks to the void. In terms of spirituality, you leave that vacant. You got all kinds of opening for craziness to come in. That's what's happening now. We're going to let these positions. So here's an example: Adam Kinzinger walking away. Okay, he's supposed to be one of the voices.
They characterize him as brave.
Right? No, he's doing his damn job. And so
No, wait a minute. He just saw that the way you drew the map, I can't win. So I'm going to go do something else.
No,
Come on.
It's more than that.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
No,
the way you drew the map, I can't win.
No, it's actually more than that. He's running for Senate. That's what he wants.
Oh, that's fine. But the way they drew the map, he can't win. That's what. But I love Liz Cheney, by the way, as far as what she's doing. Let's talk about Liz a little bit.
I know. Why?
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 No, because I think there'll be more Liz Cheneys of the world.
Do you?
Well, okay.
I do believe that. Yeah. In certain aspects of society, absolutely.
Okay. Talk to me about who. You got any nouns you want to attach to that?
No, I just think she's doing she has values and she's living up to her values.
See, that's what I think the problem is that we expect somebody to be John Wayne like her and step up and do this. And ain't no John Waynes.
Wait a minute now. This country was built on the individualism, heroic individualism,
Which
right?
at the same,
and there will be other John Waynes.
There's a double-edged sword to that, though.
Who's a hero, though?
I think at one level, Liz, I'm assuming Liz's life is threatened every 5 minutes.
Sure it is. And it's
so I believe something is heroic about that. You go ahead.
No. Hold on a second.
For me, you threaten my life, I probably would be like the other people. I step back.
But the heroic individualism is the thing that I picked up on there.
Yeah, okay.
And so I think oftentimes we'll characterize people as heroes just for doing their job.
Because
I got that. Because of what you're saying is happening in the background.
All I'm saying to add on to that is, listen, I'm glad that she is speaking from whatever part of her being that says this ain't right in this column here. Mm-hmm. I would love it if she says, you know what, and I've had a reevaluation of my voting record, and I should be voting for voting rights and civil rights, not against it. If Kinzinger stepped up and did that, be damned the election map. If he stepped up and said, you know what, before I leave, I need to let y'all know I was wrong on voting rights and civil rights. Then I'll help Liz out. Then I'll help Kinzinger out. You know why? Because what we said earlier, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. If those are the two most important things that we need to get done past where we are with these two bills, then I'm a fan of Liz. when she says,
she advocates for our permanent interest.
I was wrong on that one. But oh, by the way, I'm going to still call out 45 because what he's done is nasty.
That's right. That's right.
Then I'm with Liz.
Yeah.
I can get with that.
Well, let's see what happens. They're going to have a vote.
With that,
they're going to have a vote. They'll have a vote.
I'm going back to this heroic individualism thing, though.
Go ahead.
I don't know where that comes from. What do you mean?
I think
it comes from. Listen,
wait. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think our country was right. We don't want that much government. We want a lot of statehood. I'm just saying that, like it's John Wayne on a horse.
Listen, I'll tell you.
Right? I mean,
guys, this is where it comes from. It comes from this part of the genesis of America being European.
The Marlboro Man.
They want.
There's not 5 of them. It's 1 of them.
It's always been part of the creating the legacy of being born into aristocracy. It's you have to study European history to answer that question. America that's the design. America wants to have the rugged individualism, the soul, whatever you called it, because it links itself back to a part of European aristocracy, the king. I know it for a fact. I've studied it.
That's fine. But there's also a separate aspect of it because we wanted to get away from that.
No,
we fought to get away from that.
No, we didn't. We fought to get away from the religious persecution. We did not fight to get away from the aristocracy. And all you got to look at is how many jurisdictions in the country, the United States, are set up similar to parts of Europe. It's aristocracy. The United States wants that. That's why I'm fearful that we can't get away from or get toward permanent interest, because this country was built off of the ideology.
So you're talking about the Rockefellers, the Goldman Sachs, okay. But I don't know.
Listen, this is one of those things where I get.
Yeah, but we're talking.
I think there's a certain sense of it. So there's a certain element of our society around that. The Kennedys. I mean, like when Hillary was running, you heard, we're tired of the Clintons. We're tired of it. We're tired of the Bushes. But it goes both ways, by the way.
It's not a question of it going both ways. It's the fact that it exists on each side. That goes.
Yeah, but I don't disagree with that. I think a lot of intellectuals may be there, but the common man wants to see John Wayne.
Right, but that's
the Marlboro Man.
Right, they characterize this idiot from Georgia, this crazy woman, the QAnon woman. They characterize her as a hero, right? And so there's no aristocracy involved with us stupid ass.
But that's not. No. Eric, you're saying the same thing because it's about putting someone in the position of doing the work that I give allegiance to. That's why you see this sort of, Trump is our god and Marjorie is our new queen and Lauren is our new, princess. That's out of European aristocracy.
No, these people with missing teeth from the South who are voting for them, they haven't read that, so they're not. They're not digging it. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that there's an intellectual class that may believe that, but most of these people, that 74 million. Snaggletooth ass living in a mobile home.
How do you think they get them to follow? That's how they get them to follow, to believe that there's a better. Lyndon Johnson said it in his way.
No, they're doing it out of fear that you're going to come take something, that it's a zero-sum game. They're presented a zero-sum game, and they believe that.
It's part of that too. I agree.
Right, but the
people presenting it to them, though, are part of the aristocracy.
No, but they understand identity. I'm one of these. You're one of those too. Right. So let's stick together.
Right.
There's nothing complex about that.
Well, it's written in the law in this country.
Yeah.
Where they wanted. I read a story about the unions, the history of labor unions, and their disdain in the early 1800s for black people, free and enslaved.
Yep.
Because they undermined their wages.
More people in the pool.
Right. Right, and when it became convenient to align with black people, free black people, they would do so. But unions always characterize black people as other.
Yeah, and to a great extent, it does now. I mean, from a business,
absolutely.
From a business standpoint, Eric, how many clients do you have that are members of unions other than, say, the teachers union?
I got a few.
Other employment-based unions, the electrical workers, and all other unions. How many do you really have? It's not a great percentage of your.
Percentage-wise, no, but I got a nice number.
There's a reason
I'm a union
for that.
family.
You need a middle class to sustain society. And that was the vehicle through which middle
created
class.
the middle class.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Right.
But
they created the black middle class.
Without a doubt.
And white middle class, by the way. I mean, the majority secret is that there's a huge number of poor whites in America, right? I mean, we all know that, right? And so you need a vehicle to kind of move some of them into the middle class. And we just tagged along, by the way. It wasn't necessarily designed for it. We tagged along.
Yeah.
So
well, they needed us to be the staggering or the caste system within the middle class tended to see white Americans at the higher end. That's where that whole upper middle class became part of the conversation. There was upper middle class, middle class, and lower middle class.
And it's that way with lower income folks too, with the lower class, right?
But that's again, that design is part of the European economic design, is to create class systems that are based on there is a part of our society that's born into, and then fill in the blanks. And it's and that's the greatest percentage of Americans that migrated to the United States in the initial migration were Europeans. They weren't.
You mean invasion?
Invasion. Thank you. That they were Europeans, and we know that we haven't radically changed that system in the country. I mean, show me where we have.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I mean, we are our history, right?
We get to Eric's point. These snaggletooth fools that ain't learned nothing, so they believe, to what you said earlier, the power of compartmentalizing how people look at themselves. That, as you called it, their identity. You know, the majority of the middle class people in America that are not of color, they don't identify themselves with the middle class. They identify themselves with what?
Well, the effort to divide people is how they end up. The old divide and conquer is the thing that society is good at.
Yep.
See, the thing about that is I think that it's a knee-jerk reaction. I don't know that it's people getting in a conference room and planning to divide people. It's just what they do. It's you know.
Fair enough.
You're saying it's natural.
It's instinctive to do that. Right.
And then when it becomes successful, then it becomes part of the plan.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's ever a plan. I think it's just that's what it is. It's just what we do.
And then,
it's like my dog. He eats grass. He sniffs trees. He just does it. He didn't. You know, when I get outside today,
I'm having that
when I get outside,
right
I'm
over
gonna sniff
there.
that tree.
That one right over there.
Yeah, there's no plan. It's just what they do. Right? And we got to resist that. We got to resist that by adopting permanent interest and not allowing ourselves to get caught up in this gang warfare.
Yeah.
I ain't part of nobody's gang.
Yeah.
You forget your little stinking gang. Which one of y'all gonna do my thing? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, or my things.
That's right. Okay, y'all. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
Hi, I'm Chris Boulware, founder of itsashort.com. Keep listening to the family meeting.
We do. We buy, we sell, we move, we store. Anything, anytime, anywhere. We are, we do. The company that handles all your stuff. If you have anything that you want to do something with, please call us. We buy, sell, move, store, donate, discard. Anything, anytime, anywhere. eBay plus U-Haul equals we do. We are moving at the speed of life. Call Terry Calloway, 312-343-9973, or via email, contact him at terrycalloway58@gmail.com.
A 2016 study estimated that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft last year. Fight back against your identity being stolen by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID for as little as $6 per month. Yes, that's only $6 per month by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
Hey, Family Meeting cousins. As you know, we created a Patreon family meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the Family Meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, thefamilymeeting.com, and click on the link.
2, 3, come on. We got DJ Cool and Duck, get fresh. Rock it to the beat, cause we are the best. We got Junkie Fresh and Biz Marquee. Rock it to the beat and the place to be. We got Biz Marquee and DJ 20. So hit me with the horns and make that money. Let me see those hands again. Here we go now. Hey, everybody jump, 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 jump. Everybody jump, 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 jump. Let me listen. Some of y'all know how to do this. Some of y'all don't. Some of y'all might get with this. Some of y'all won't listen. Let me clear my throat.
Hi, this is Alex Garza at AGG Consulting. You can visit me at www.aggconsulting.net. Welcome back to the Family Meeting.
So I played that for the Brooklyn dude in the studio today.
That's
right. I figured you could feel that a little bit, man.
Oh, man, every time you play stuff, I'm feeling it, man.
Nothing but Brooklyn in the house.
You're like a secret DJ.
Undercover.
That's right.
And almost DJ like you an almost doctor.
Oh, my God.
Oh, here we go.
Circle
There
back.
you go.
There circle back on you.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I love him. Love him to death.
Yeah, we were talking during the break about the effort by many school systems to block out history, straight up history.
Talking about y'all colored folks.
The 1619 Project. Listen, let me promise you guys something. Listen to the 1619 Project. Listen to it. I mean, you know, if my parents did what your parents do, yeah, I don't want you. I don't want to talk about it either.
I don't want to talk about it
right.
at all.
If my grandparents was engaged in what your grandparents was engaged in, let's not bring that up.
No, we don't want.
That's distasteful history.
We don't want our kids to know that their grandparents were really evil.
Right. But on the flip side, though, if your children are that damn fragile,
take them out of school.
Get them some counseling or something. Get them
homeschooling.
Well, maybe the parents need some counseling. I think the kids are probably going to be okay. Honestly,
I
think the kids are probably going, damn, Grandpa was like that. Okay, well, Grandpa, you all right, but you know, you were something else. I think it's the parents. It's these weak behind parents.
The thing about 1619, though, that's interesting is how they bring it forward. So they help you understand how that time has an impact on what's going on right now.
So critical to explaining.
It ties a rope to the both ends so that you understand. Now, you can try to disagree, but you can't refute the history.
And
you can try to refute the rope between history and now, but you can't refute the history.
And you can use that same.
You can try to revise the history, though.
Well, they're trying to,
Yeah,
just squash it all together. We don't want to talk about that.
But the squashing part is to what Eric just said about roping the two together. No, we shouldn't use that word, but tying the two together. Listen, I'm firmly convinced that the reason that these parents are running around disrupting, education and what we're teaching is because it's exposed the lie. If y'all want to talk about the big lie, and I've said this a number of times, is that so many people in our society have been led to believe that they're bigger, stronger, smarter, faster. But the connecting the history and, we got this because we had no barriers, no hurdles. tantamount
we were more innovative.
We were more innovative. We were smarter. We pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps and all these other, descriptors. That lie can't be upheld when now their 7-year-old comes home and go, but Daddy, I learned in school today that.
So here's the thing, though. If you listen to what happened, and they do a good job of kind of explaining the history with dates, and I would challenge anybody to refute the dates. It's graphic what y'all did. It can be for a person without any level of constitution or with a weak stomach. It can be disturbing to understand what y'all parents did. But so then, what do you do? What do you not tell us what they did? I mean, what do you do? Maybe they could pare back the language, and it's not foul language, but to describe someone being dismembered, that's disturbing. I get that part, but y'all need to grow the hell up.
Yeah,
really do.
Pull yourselves up by the bootstraps. You want us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps? Pull yourself up by the bootstraps, because that's history. It happened.
I think it's also, and I'm going to make a very vague connection. At least I heard from the last couple of elections how young white folks are really going against what their parents are basically politically feeling and seeing and doing. And I wonder if there's a connection there, right? To the notion that, okay, if you don't know a lot about the history, then what I'm telling you as your immediate parent, which I might have a certain political outlook, is what now you believe and you should do. But when you know your history and you go, listen, Mom and Dad, I can't go with that. And I don't think I can go with this current thinking that you have, right?
That's their fear. The parent. I believe that there is a large percentage, I'm going to just say it, of white parents, I don't care where they sit, with whatever gang, left, right, or in the middle, there's a large number of white parents and percentage of white parents that are faced with that.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I'll say this in all fairness to them, to Eric's point, they're faced with, oh my God, we know it happened. We learned it in school and we know it's true.
Right. What it does is it ends up challenging the hero part. Like, you can't, knowing this history, continue to think George Washington was a hero. Or Thomas Jefferson was a hero. We done named the statue and all kind of things after George Washington. Look what the hell he did.
Right.
Yeah. And so, but it's challenging though, because you could apply that same logic to someone like Bill Cosby, right? Bill Cosby made big aspects of our lives, and he did a terrible thing at the same time. Right. So how do you square that circle when you have that circumstance? George Washington was a terrible person for what he did to people of color. For even further participating in creating the ruse that justified what they did by writing laws and dehumanizing people who they knew were people.
Yep. There's no guess that they weren't people.
Right. And they knew people knew that these people were people.
Yep.
Did that make sense?
Yeah, I was with you.
They knew people knew that these were people, and we needed to convince them otherwise. So they devised laws and rules to do so.
So that no matter what they thought about who they were, that the law would dictate what they received and how they were treated.
Right. Well, then imagine Jefferson, right? I mean, to me, that's even a bigger story there.
Yeah.
Right?
And those are the ones we know about with any prominence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's...
Right. So what it ends up doing is, and the imbecile said this as much, what are you going to do, take down George Washington's statue?
We should.
Okay, so what are the rules? What are the rules? If you did something like that, what are the rules?
Here's the biggest lie about the country. If the country really, going back to some of Dr. King's speeches, the country really wants to sit up and stick its chest out and say it's truly great. Eric asked this question a couple of years ago. Truly great, truly the best country on the planet, and all these other, monikers about the United States, then the first thing it's got to do is address that. And that unaddressed, realistically face forward, doesn't allow the country, it's sort of like it has a disease, and I'm going to keep patching it up and patching it up and patching it up, never getting to the core, cleaning it out, like to get the disease out of the body. so the body can truly heal and go
You go with the
forward.
analogies again, huh?
But it works. But it works.
40 acres and a mule. When you was talking, that's all I was thinking. 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah, but
but if the country were to, in a historic sense, accept what happened, present it in its full context, I can, and I might get myself in trouble for this, I can begin to accept some of the attributes of someone like a George Washington.
I'm in.
Or Thomas Jefferson.
I'm in.
But to the extent you try to just make him the hero and everything else, just forget it. Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah.
You don't do it.
I can't get there.
No, that's a problem. Tell the whole history.
That's
I don't even care if you leave your little stinking ass statues up. You leave your little statues up to the insurrectionists
You mean
from the South.
the Confederate statue?
Yeah, leave them up if you want. Just make sure you tell the whole story.
Right, because then empathy, I have no empathy for that because you're not willing to actually deal with the origin of the problem. All Eric is simply saying is, just tell the truth.
Right, because if you put the statues up and you tell the whole story, then it doesn't become a commemoration. It becomes a reminder.
Bingo.
If you don't act right, you're going to get somebody like this again.
Bingo. And the country won't do that.
And when you tell the whole story, people can make their own choices from that point of view. It doesn't mean you'll make a different choice, but some of them maybe. Some of us.
But they don't want to tell the whole story. They want to craft a narrative and create John Wayne's.
Yeah, well, that's where we are.
And I'm sorry, but then I'm going to tie this back to
another analogy coming again?
No, it's not. It goes back to European aristocracy. Aristocracy was all about preventing people
He's
from
doing that
believing.
because you almost got a PhD. He's trying to be academic, an academician today.
They want to show that they're of the crowd.
I thought we were running from some of the aristocracy, but I'll check my history. I thought we were running for some of that, right?
We are. We're just not running fast enough.
Okay, all right.
We are.
Well, I mean, I agree because it was kind of inbred. That's how they lived. That's the only thing they knew. I mean,
and we didn't want kings and queens and none of that. I mean, it was obvious.
We didn't want to be that there was a need to get away from religious persecution.
Okay, wait a minute now. It was 50-50 on wanting a king, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
Well,
that's
right?
why.
Well,
that's like 50-50 wanting this imbecile.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Well, we're still 50-50, so I guess we haven't come a long way.
Right. Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm kind of a nerd in that space only because I always
because you're a nerd.
Because I'm a nerd. Yeah,
Right.
Eric's right about that, and I'm okay with that. But no, Eric has said this for years. Listen, the permanent interests don't have any color attached to them. They don't have any ism attached to them, other than is we gonna get them done? Because if we get the permanent interest done for everybody benefits. It strengthens this country that we all do love. Listen, just because we can call out stuff doesn't mean we don't love the country.
I'm careful now.
Love what the country should be doing, or the hope for it, or whatever, however we want to, slightly package that. But the country just won't do that.
I think
love's not the right word.
Yeah, because love.
All right, fine. I mean,
I love my permanent interests, Ben.
Right.
Okay, can I get the permanent interest before we get off the air?
I'll give them to you. I don't know if you can get them
and I
before we
was
get off
looking
the
through
air,
my
man.
thing, and I don't know what
I had
happened.
them pinned to the top, but then I changed it to the Patreon thing so that we can get some money.
We'll get them to you.
Well, I'm glad you're very forward about that.
I will email them to you. I have them in a document, and I thought I'd printed them out and kept them in
All right,
here for some reason.
good.
I'm going to put them more prominent, too. I should put them on our website. That's what I should do, too.
Probably. Yeah. Oh, well,
I haven't done that. People know what they are.
We're not perfect. We're admitting that we didn't have it done, just like people need to admit.
Yeah.
The history.
The history.
Yeah. Admit the history, right.
Just admit the history.
Well, this is if you think about it, this is just a crazy fight. I mean, why don't you want to teach history?
Because they scared.
I'm interested that,
Eric, you said it.
But we can suppose, but I want somebody to ask them. I watched the guy being interviewed by Mark Lamont Hill this week, who was against critical race theory. And of course, Mark Lamont asked him questions about books that talk about some of the subject he was talking about. Did you read that book? Yeah, he ain't read nothing. Dude ain't read nothing.
No.
He didn't even know what critical race theory is. He couldn't even describe it.
He was just sucking on a popsicle.
Like most of them.
Exactly.
But what he did point out, though, he was talking about a child's book that was like 9 pages. And so it talked about the history of slavery. And this guy was complaining, well, this only says that white people are bad. It doesn't say anything good about white people. Well, hell, they didn't do anything good.
That's like the woman.
That's the history.
That's like the British woman that interviewed.
Ain't nothing good about you enslaving people.
Toni Morrison, and asking her, so are you at a point in your career where you're going to write anything that speaks to the, whatever,
the white experience.
White experience? And I give Miss Morrison a whole bunch of props that she didn't jump across and just strangle this woman.
She did verbally.
But she did verbally. She set her straight. It's just I watch it sometimes just to get myself right every now and again. But that's the point. I mean,
she said, when you gonna ask some white people when they gonna write about black people?
Yeah, and the girl didn't have nothing to say. She's like, well, we.
Well, I mean, I'm not as bad as he. I didn't think white folks did nothing good. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but the book was 9 pages and talked about slavery.
Okay, no, I got you from that point.
You know, they try to say, well, why don't you tell them we fed them well? What?
Yeah, well, you know what? There was an issue in Louisiana, and the question it's about books, I believe. And the question was, why don't you talk about the other side of the good side of slavery? Like, you got to get both sides of the thing, right? And this is the thing now. And people go, okay, well, what's the good side of slavery? Like, what is that? You know, it was funny. It was so ridiculous when the guy wrote it up in a little article.
Well, they got free food and housing and all. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing now.
Okay.
You got to go both sides of the story. And that's their way of dealing with it.
Free food and housing and a daily ass whooping. How about that?
Man.
Toughen you up. Toughen you up.
Yeah, I was reading something that talked about the lifespan of enslaved people in Louisiana who were working in the sugarcane fields.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 7 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they made these people work sun up to sundown, and if it was a full moon, they worked all night.
Working. I want to.
And they literally got worked to death.
Every now and again, I bring this happens to me, and Eric laughs, where I'll have a conversation with the white guy who asks me, well, Richard, what, and I'll have to kind of give him a little bit of lesson. So what I have said to folks when I've been in a company, people who talk about, why are you so upset about slavery? I say, well, would you have wanted to be a slave? And they go down the road of not.
How you end up having conversations with people?
It's not a yes or no. It's that wasn't going on then, and the law said we could.
You ever have a conversation with somebody about that?
No.
How is it that you have these conversations, man?
I don't know.
Some white guy rolls up on him and says, "Hey, why are you so hard on slavery now?"
No, never had that conversation.
They might roll up on me like that, man. I don't know why they roll up on you like that, man.
I give them enough room to hang themselves.
I mean, maybe they feel like I'm gonna hit them in the mouth or something. I don't know why they don't. I mean, you in the South now. They don't ask you about that?
No.
Hey, what's all the hubbub about slavery?
No, they go, yes, sir.
Hey, what's
Mr.
all this?
Kev, how you doing? I'm like, how you doing?
What's all this hubbub about slavery everybody's upset about? What's that all about?
Oh, Eric,
come on, man. Come on, man.
But it does. It happens to me, and I don't run from it.
I'm worried about you, man.
No, why?
Because I don't know how people feel comfortable rolling up on you like that, man.
Because you know what I'm gonna do to them if they roll up the wrong way.
Oh, man, come on, man. I don't really get it, man. Oh, man. You know what? We talked about nothing again today, so I appreciate that, man. Mr. Almost Dr. Kevin Pitts, thank you, man.
Hey, man, I'll be back.
Louisiana man.
Black Asian dude.
Yes, sir.
Tune into the family meeting every Sunday at 4. I'm your host, Eric Grant. Peace. Bubble bath, laugh, joking, candlelight, talking